What's good? What's good? Good morning. It's a rainy day in Seattle in August, which isn't, rare, but it's not common. And so it's also got a little bit of that mugginess to it because it's warm, humid, I guess. We get humidity here in Washington, but it's not nearly as bad as other places, thankfully. Anyways, I just hotboxed my van while sipping my coffee, waiting for the workday to start. Just waiting to figure out which job site I'm to go to and what project to work on today. And as I was, doing that, just enjoying a nice chill morning, I'm parked by this community park, soccer field. No one's there. It's quiet. It's calm. I really like this moment right now. So I had to go and ruin it by browsing Instagram. I should just stop using Instagram. I know. But I'll eventually get there. In the meantime, let me tell you about this. I was browsing Instagram and I came across one of my favorite sort of yogi bro pages. I don't remember his name, but maybe I'll send him this video. He doesn't know me, right? He's like an actual, influencer, and whereas I'm just an influencee. But anyways, he made a really cool post talking about Gaza in Israel and what's going on. And he commented, he said, when you go to a yoga class, and you pay money to go to that class, and then the government taxes the person who's putting on the class and running that business, and then uses the tax money to bomb Gaza and to help starve Gaza, and other places, right? America and other countries in the Middle East have been terrorizing the planet for the last many decades. And so he made that connection and talked about how you were kind of complicit in what's going on. And I was like, okay, yeah, I love the rawness and the authenticity and the intellectual honesty. That's cool to see, especially in the yogi community, where he's not just being all love and light and transcend, right? No, he's being real. But then in the comments, it's always in the comments, you can tell by the title of this video kind of where I'm going with this. One person had commented, this is capitalism's fault, or this wouldn't be possible without capitalism, or something like that. And I got a little triggered. But instead of, replying to them and getting all worked up and whatnot, I just let it go, because I was like, I can make a video on this. And I just wanted to note and to elucidate the point that imperialism is not capitalism. The third party that comes in externally and takes money from the business that was providing the yoga class, that third party in a capitalist society wouldn't exist. So that imperialistic entity stealing the money from two people voluntarily exchanging goods and services, in a true capitalist society, that entity would not exist. Imperialism requires a governmental structure, a monopoly on the use of force or the initiation of the use of force, a monopoly on the creation of currency that they force you to use in their system. In a truly capitalistic society, imperialism would not be able to survive, because all interactions between individuals would be voluntary exchanges that do not include any other parties that do not need to be included. You will not have your money forcefully taken from you to be sent to kill children, or to be sent to create weapons of war that will kill children and men and women of all races and of all genders. I'm going to start maybe calling it the Israeli-American empire. England's in there too, right? Like, they use these different countries for different sort of cultural and also functional purposes. So, like, you can think of the Vatican, right? That has its own sort of function and purpose and a tremendous amount of wealth. Oh, man. I wonder how much money the Vatican has. Do we have an answer to that? I have honestly never sought a real answer to that question. But after I film this video, I'm going to go ask my AI, my Meta AI. And I'm curious. You should do the same and use the AI that you like to use. And in the comments, let me know what it says. I'm going to use Meta AI. I've never used Grok or ChatGPT. So if somebody sees this and uses those, please let me know what they say. How much is the Vatican worth? So anyways, that's a cultural institution that serves a function for the statists, the imperialists, the people who, the just fucking psychopaths that want to control the world and that are controlling the world. And so let me just calm down a little bit and circle back to the yogi bro. I myself do yoga, but I'm not a yogi. I can't speak on like any of the words. Like prana might be a word. I think that means breath, right? So I'm like not a yogi, but I have respect for, you know, a variety of faiths and traditions, and there's value. Like I talk about the philosophy of Jesus, yes, but also the philosophy of yoga is phenomenal, and someday I might be able to speak on it. But that's why I like to that's why I'm not anti-influencer, because there are good influencers and good information that can be shared from people with authentic souls. And I think this guy is authentic, and I just think he needs to have a conversation with me and expand his concept of capitalism. And I believe, honestly, I'll wrap the video up on this point, that is a psyop in itself to conflate capitalism with what's wrong with the world today, right now. Because if you can successfully merge those two ideas, the idea that all of the problems in our world today are caused by capitalism, you can create a very anti-capitalistic sentiment and then weaponize it, like we are seeing, like we are experiencing. And then they have successfully subverted the best system that could compete with and destroy the elites and the ruling class. So this idea that capitalism is evil is quite literally a psyop, a very successful, unfortunate one, unfortunately a very successful one. But we must fight back, because I love the idea of a person paying another person to attend a yoga class to improve their health, wellness, physically, mentally, and spiritually, and to not have any of that money that was exchanged be taken to be used to bomb children. That is the dream that I have. That is the society I believe we should be building. The stateless society ran on voluntary exchanges of goods and services, with no imperialistic entity intermediating and then causing fucking destruction. Sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional, because I don't like using the fear porn as like an emotional manipulation tactic. But, dude, bombing children, I don't support that. And I know you don't either. But capitalism, please, we need to, I'll end the video here, we need to understand what capitalism is and how, I'm sure, divest. You can only divest in a free... Okay, I'm gonna end the video here. But divest, yes, we should be divesting. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Check the description for links for merch and ways you can support me. Anything and everything is appreciated to help this mission of building the new earth. Much love.